Ever pondered how language ends up defining countries? It's as if someone spilled ink on a map and declared, hey, you folks babble in this tongue, so you're from this blotch. In these self-drawn enclosures, people are diced into so many subgroups that nationality becomes a mere synonym for, hi, I babble this gibberish, or I'm from this blotch. Basically, it's like saying I'm a native tongue waggler, which isn't that different from being fluent, just a fresh sticker on the same old word jar in which the only difference might be that you learned the language from birth, and this means you might have a better grasp of the language, but that does not mean that someone from abroad whom learned your region language cannot speak the language more fluent than a native speaker. Here's the funny bit, countries in essence don't contribute much. Sure, they have their little rule books, mob mentalities, some soccer madness, or a few dusty statues, but focusing solely on your blotch's dusty statues is like watching a rainbow in grayscale. You're missing out on the whole spectrum. Visualize this. Someone's got the secret to world harmony, but they're babbling in a different tongue. How are you supposed to know you should be swapping sides? It's like a game of international charades where everyone's a loser. Then there's the issue of chit-chat or the lack thereof. Without a shared tongue, countries are trapped in their linguistic cocoons, sitting ducks for stereotype missiles launched by those who've never bothered to engage in a real chit-chat. Yes, establishing a universal tongue might involve some tug-of-war and a bit of ego bruising. But honestly, the nationalistic superiority contest is getting a bit stale. Now, let's dive into the hot pot of recipes. Countries pilfer from each other shamelessly, consuming dishes as if they have been eating them for centuries with a straight face. Yet, the mere whiff of some dishes can ignite a storm, exposing the deep-seated intolerance some folks nurse, but that shows how divided people are within the linguistic borders people claim should be labeled as countries. However, in this linguistic maelstrom, there's a silver lining. Maybe someday we'll kick linguistic nationalism to the curb and welcome a world where words know no borders. Until then, enjoy the linguistic circus with its symphony of accents and dialects, each jostling for a solo spot in the grand concert of humanity. And remember, being a native tongue waggler might buy you some tolerance, but even that can run dry if you dare to venture beyond linguistic borders. So keep wagging that tongue, but don't forget to listen to the many melodies of the human orchestra. A voiceover. Now we must brace ourselves for the inevitable. As we venture into the vast expanse of the linguistic universe, this video may stir up some controversy, and let's be honest, haters are always going to hate. They often choose to live within the confines of their own bubbles, only accepting and listening to what aligns with their preconceived notions. This video, however, aims to burst that bubble, to expose and challenge these narrow perspectives. The hatred that might surface is often indicative of a lack of nuance, a lack of willingness to understand and appreciate the richness of linguistic diversity. So let's pop that bubble, let's embrace the cacophony of languages and cultures, and let's revel in the beauty of our diversity, because after all, isn't that what makes the human orchestra so wonderfully unique?